If you had everything in life that you could ever possibly dream of, the dream job, the dream wife, and more money than you even knew what to do with, would you be willing to give it all up for the betterment of millions of your fellow Americans, most of whom you would never even know? Well, Pat Tillman would in a heartbeat. 200 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1976, Patrick Daniel Tillman Jr. was born in California. From a young age, the people around Pat knew that he was very special in more than one way. He was extremely athletic and had the intelligence to go along with it. Along with that, due to his family's past military experience, including his great-grandpa who died at Pearl Harbor, a sense of patriotism was instilled within him as well. After graduating high school, Tillman went on to play football at Arizona State University, where he became the Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year in 1997, along with being named the Sporting News Honda Scholar Athlete of the Year the same year. He ended up graduating in only 3.5 years with a GPA of 3.85. He then declared for the NFL draft in 1998 and was drafted by the hometown Arizona Cardinals in the 7th round. Tillman burst onto the scene and became a household name for his on-the-field efforts alone within the first few years of his career. In the year 2000, he was named an All-Pro and was offered a contract worth $9 million by the Rams, which he turned down, and then accepted a $3 million contract by the Cardinals because he wanted to remain loyal to the team that gave him a chance. But that was the football Pat. On September 11, 2001, that all changed. When the terrorist attack on the Twin Towers in New York City happened on 9/11/2001, Pat Tillman had a realization. He started after the attacks. A lot of my family has gone through and fought in wars, and I haven't really done a damn thing. This is the attitude Tillman had towards serving his country in the military. And it didn't matter that he was a football-playing millionaire. What mattered to Pat most is that he gave back to the country that had given so much to him. So in early 2002, he enlisted into the military and became an Army Ranger to set off and go fight in the war on terrorism, leaving behind a $3.6 million contract in the process, playing the sport he loved to become an Army Ranger and make only $18,000 a year. On April 22, 2004, after a few years of service in the Middle East, Tillman and his fellow Army Rangers went out on a standard patrol mission in eastern Afghanistan. Although the ending to this tragic story about what exactly happened that night has been numerously changed multiple times and widely debated, what we do know is that he didn't return with his life. The story from the military originally was that they were ambushed and Tillman lost his life in a gunfight. But weeks later, after a lot of controversy, the story was officially changed to an accidental friendly fire mishap. Nonetheless, Pat Tillman's heroic life still symbolizes the same thing to me. He wouldn't have wanted to be remembered for his vast accolades on the football field. He wouldn't even want to be remembered and praised as the football guy who left his luxurious life behind and joined the Army, risked his life, and died for us. He would have wanted to be remembered as an everyday American who did his part to make our lives a little bit better. Pat Tillman lived a life that was tragically cut short, but very well lived. A life, unfortunately, that required the ultimate sacrifice in the end. A life that exemplified what it truly means to be an American and proved that one man can have a meaningful impact on the lives of many for generations to come. That was Patrick Daniel Tillman Jr. Boom.